So let's discuss the thing that most people dislike about this film, which is the quote-unquote romance.
Oh, you mean the best romance that's ever been put to screen?
Okay, so this is something I just genuinely, I genuinely hate this aspect. Like, most other things in the prequel trilogy, I'm like, but with this, I'm like, oh, for crying out bloody loud. Because, like, it's one thing for the romance to be, like, lacking in chemistry, because it really is. But the other problem is that it's a very toxic relationship.
That's the point, though. They're not supposed to have a good relationship.
Oh, no, but, like, they're trying to kind of, like, frame it as kind of sweet and kind of adorable at this stage. They're trying to show that, like, oh, there's a bit of innocence to the relationship at this point before he gets corrupted. And, like, it just doesn't work because, like, there's so many red flags from Anakin, and I'm like, what does Padme see in him? Padme's like, I'm in love. I'm so in love with him. I'm like, what are you in love with? He's kind of scary and creepy.
You are asking me to be rational. That is something I know I cannot do. Believe me, I wish that I could just wish away my feelings. But I can't.
Well, I mean, I could get it if he had a different voice.
He's very handsome, I'll give you that.
Yeah, he looks all right until he opens his mouth, and I'm like, oh, okay, bye.
Okay, I get why Anakin would be into Padme. She's a badass activist with a strong composure, but I just don't get what Padme sees in Anakin. Anakin himself, as a character, doesn't exactly come off as charming or especially romantic. Heck, a lot of his pickup lines are really, really cheesy to me. But most importantly, Anakin just comes off as too creepy and gives off too many red flags. I don't see why Padme would pursue Anakin based on how he acts around her in this film.
I could buy that they're going for, like, here's a possibility for things to be good, but they never take it. You know, if that makes any sense. I think it's supposed to be a pretty tragic relationship from the beginning. I mean, because we know exactly what's going to happen, so it's not really ever a surprise. So I could buy it being an unhealthy relationship that holds a promise, but because of the people that are in it, it's never really something that you're supposed to deem as good.
Which I get, but again, there needs to be a reason why Padme would see potential in their relationship, why she would take things further with him. Because at this point in the story, I don't see what she's attracted to or why she's looking over all these obvious red flags.
This is like the one thing that I feel like they really messed up on is George should have let them seem happy when they get married at the end of the movie. Spoilers, by the way. He had them be all serious. It's like, I understand because it's a serious situation in the galaxy, but you have to sell me on them. Finally, this is them getting something that they apparently really want because it's enough that they could be throwing away their careers. So they gotta seem a little bit happy. Mm-hmm. Just let them, like, hug or something. But they don't. They just stand there and they don't even smile. And I'm like, bruh, this is not a negotiable thing for this scene. This has to happen.
Yeah. I feel like George rushed a lot of the endings for these films.